It is 25 to 8, and as promised, I have Dave Redmon on the phone from the World's Deadliest Roads on 7, mate. Welcome to the show, Dave.
How you doing, Tommy?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for calling us all the way from America for this.
Not a problem.
We've got you on the phone today to talk about the World's Deadliest Roads, India Season 1, I assume. What was it like driving on them roads over in India?
When we first got there, it was probably the biggest culture shock that any of us had ever had. You step off the airplane and nobody speaks the language. The traffic is just the craziest thing we'd ever seen. But as you get going through it and, days go on, you sort of fall into a groove, and you know what people are trying to tell you because you hear it over and over and over again. And as time went on, it got better as we were there.
The roads are just treacherous over there. What was it like going up the freeway?
Honestly, if you don't look over the edge, it's not that bad. Have you ever been going up a really, 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 really tall roller coaster and you get to the top and you get that feeling as it's going over the top?
Yep.
We have that 8 to 16 hours a day.
Oh, okay.
That's the feeling you get driving those roads. I mean, you just glance over the edge and you go flush and you get nervous and 5,000 things go through your head. What if? It's so far down. If we'd have went over the edge, we'd have had time to make a phone call before the truck stopped.
Oh, that's good. Because I've seen one episode where Lisa was driving past an accident and there was a fatality. It was actually, they told Rick back at the office, said there was a fatality up there at Cooper Dam and the person was deceased, so it's pretty hectic on them roads. What's it like being on reality TV, Dave? Like, how do you feel? How are you treated?
When we were in India, it was actually pretty good. We were treated good. They like to keep us cold, hungry, and tired because that's when things start happening, mistakes and things like that. But, they didn't really know how to run the show as far as, what to do. So they just basically left us at our own devices and say, just go here, go there, we're going to film you. And they didn't try to manipulate it too much. And it was actually one of the better shows that I was on. I was on 3 of them. And, I didn't really have any complaints about, being in India. It was actually a fun show to be on.
Yeah. Wow. Was the pay good?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, it was about a year's salary for just a normal working stiff.
Oh, okay. So, are you back on Ice Road Truckers now, or you're doing some other project, or what's in store for us Aussies over here? What can we expect from you on the show, Dave?
The next show you're going to see is Season 5 of Ice Road Truckers.
Yep. Where
I went to Alaska and did the Dalton Highway. That is going to be a totally different side of me up there. They really, really, really tried to meddle in what we were doing and twist it to their own liking.
Oh, okay.
They really pushed your buttons on that show, and all they showed of me was just really, really ticked off all the time, mad, angry, and it wasn't a good liking for me. If you watch the India show and then you go ahead and flip to Season 5 of Ice Road Truckers, it's 2 totally different people. Now, I wasn't like that on the show the whole time. This is what they do, is they take clips, they bleed them all together, cut them up, chop them up, and make, a scene that they want.
Yep.
And there was always a saying, if you don't give them what they want, they'll make what they want. And a good example is if you'll see a truck driving away with us in it and you hear me say something, 90% of the time, I never said it then. They took a clip they chopped out of somewhere else, and we used to sit around and do these wild lines where they would make us say something and then say something over and over and over and over again just to get that same response, say 10 or 15 different times.
Wow.
And then they would put all those responses together and make a sentence.
Yeah.
And then we'd just be sitting in a pickup truck in the parking lot or driving down the road, and he'd say, we need to do 25 wild lines today. And then, in a couple of weeks, you do 25 more, and it's just audio content. And that is a good part of the show, is if they need something that makes you look bad or makes you look good, they can chop up 2 or 3 scenes and make it something totally different.
Wow. So reality TV is not actually reality TV. It's like...
It's not even close. The only thing I'll attest to in Alaska is I was there and it was cold.
Oh, God love you.
Everything else was pretty much made up.
Wow. Getting back to India, what was the best part of India being over there? Like, what did you enjoy doing?
I actually enjoyed working with the production crew over there. It was probably the best group of people I'd worked with in India. You know, they used different production crews on different shows. And, I mean, they just, you know, I'd never been on a show before, so I didn't know what to expect. So, you know, everybody was totally helpful. The field producer I had in my truck was, you know, the greatest guy. You know, we got along perfect. And it got to the point where, you know, I'd say, you know, hey, if you need me to say something, just tell me. Yeah. And I would say it in a certain way. He needed it rather than bug you and bug you and bug you to get something a certain way. I'd say, just tell me what you need. Yeah. And we did that, and, you know, we got through the show. It went quick. You know, it made the show fun.
Okay. What was it like being in India with Rick Yam and Lisa Kelly? When
I first got to India, I did not see those guys for probably 2 or 3 weeks because they were so far ahead, because I was coming in behind Alex because Alex left.
Yeah.
So I had to play catch up. We were doing, say, 2 or 3 scenes per day. So I'd deliver a load, change a shirt, pick up a load, change a shirt, and deliver the same load in 15 minutes.
Oh, you're kidding.
And no, they changed the lighting. We turned the truck around, face it a different direction so they'd get a different backdrop. And we were playing catch up. And then when we first met them, we were in Shimla, India.
Yeah. That was the place where Lisa Kelly picked up that little dog.
No, that dog was actually picked up in Rampur, India. That's why his name was Rampur.
Oh, okay.
And it was actually Rick's dog at first. Rick was feeding it. It was eating eggshells off the ground, and Rick took it. And then Lisa wanted it, so Lisa took it. And then it basically became, I guess, a community dog. Whoever wasn't working that day watched it. That dog actually lives with Lisa's field producer in California.
Wow. Things you learn, eh?
Yeah, and that dog is huge. It's like a 120-pound German Shepherd. He's a monster.
Oh, good. That's very good. Mate, what are you up to now? Like, you just kicking back, or are you filming now, or?
No, I haven't done anything in 2 years. I actually broke my back on the India show. I crashed a snowmobile on the Rotang Pass. I broke my back, didn't know it, and filmed 2 more shows. And then when I came home from South America, from season 2 of Deadliest Roads, you know, I was really having a lot of problems. I'd gotten sick down there with a parasite, and I went to the doctor, and they did an x-ray, and he's like, do you know your back is broke? And I'm like, no. And
wow.
So I ended up having neck surgery. I've got a titanium plate in my neck, and I've got 2 rods and 4 bolts in my back now. So I haven't done anything in a while.
Well, I hope you get better soon, Dave. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
And what was it like working with Original Productions?
At first, in the India show, it was great. After that, it was a train crash. You know, when we got to Alaska is when everything just went south. I mean, it was almost like they were toying with us. Your production contract says you're to be paid every second week or whatever, and they'd not pay you. And when I first got to Alaska, there's guys quitting because they hadn't been paid in a month.
Wow.
They like to manipulate, they like to threaten, and, you know, they threatened to sue Lisa because she needed some dental work done and she wanted to go home and do it, and they wanted to fly her, but she wanted to drive, and they threatened to sue her because they were going to take a day out of production, and it's just how they work.
Yeah.
I'd never work for them again, let's put it that way.
Wow.
Me and Rick actually quit season 2 of Deadliest Roads. We walked off together.
Jeez. Well, we haven't seen season 2 yet, so we don't know. So we know
that'll be an interesting.
Yeah, we'll know what to expect.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the interview today, Dave.
Not a problem.
We'll have to wrap it up there. Maybe we can get you on the show another time.
You got my number.
Yeah, sure do. What's your favourite song?
Fly Over States by Jason Aldean.
No worries, mate. Thank you, Dave.